Hi, this is Rex Mendoza from Rampver Financials. This is part 2 of my watch collection. I hope you enjoyed the first video. Let us go back to the important parts of the discussion I had in the earlier video. Number 1, it is important to take note that the most valuable pieces in a certain collection is not exactly the most expensive. Attachments, special people, these are the things that give a lot more value because frankly, relationships are going to be more important to us than material things. Like the watch I'm wearing now. It can be an Apple Watch, yes, extremely functional. Obviously, not mechanical, technology related, so will certainly be obsolete soon. But again, it's a gift from a special friend. And on top of that, it advertises Rampver all the time. So whenever I get to look at the time, when I'm with other people, it advertises our organization. So now, let us get into the more serious timepieces. Now, when I get to these serious timepieces, I tell a lot of people it's not just simply the complications. When you get to this level now, kailangan nagkakaintindihan na din po tayo kung ano talaga yung nagdadrive ng passion nyo dun sa particular na mga item na kinukonsider nyo close to your heart. Kagaya dito sa mga ito, yung mga special movements na tinatawag. Pero kailangan sabihin din natin, before you get down to this level, kailangan po din, isang part ng discussion ko ngayon, is the fact that when we get to be serious in certain luxuries, kailangan naman po panindigan din natin. Kaya po syempre, di ba, nagkakaroon nga po ng mga jokes, di ba? Bumibili ng mga mamahaling bag yung mga babae dyan, hindi naman nila napopronounce yung mga brands ng bag nila, di ba? Ang biro nga po ng kaibigan nating si Randall Chongson, di ba? Yung Ale, bibili ng herbs. Aba, pag ganon, ibig sabihin, hindi mo pa carry. So, medyo matutunan mo muna dapat i-pronounce ang Hermes bago mo siya bilihin. Para ika nga carry. Ganon din po sa high-end watches. Kasi dito nyo makikita, medyo may madaling brand pronunciations, meron din pong complicated. So, if we start with this one in the middle, it's a Patek Philippe Nautilus. So Patek Philippe is one of the most outstanding brands in the horological world, and it is known for its complications. Madali pong i-pronounce, di ba? Patek Philippe. But it's a special watch. Ito po yung pinakita ko at suot ko nung ginawa ko yung BTID versus VUL video. A very special Nautilus. Kasi po, ang Nautilus, ika nga tinatawag yan, cult watch. Meron pong mga certain movements at certain models ang mga relo na merong tinatawag na followers. Di ba? At yung mga manufacturer po, hindi makakope up sa demand, kaya umaakyat po ang mga presyo. Pila po ang bumibili. For this particular Nautilus, ano po yung mga complications? Number 1, meron po siyang power reserve indicator. Di ba po, ang mga relo natin, lalo na itong mga complicated mechanical, kailangan po yan nasususian. At normally, ang mga automatics, nasususian yan pag gumagalaw ka. Siyempre po, pag matagal nakatenga, hihinto yung kanyang engine. So, you might have to wind it. Ito po, hindi ganun kadaling tumigil. Yung mga ibang watches po tumitigil in about a day. Ito po dahil may indicator siya na at least 48 hours, malalaman mo pag mahina na, you can actually wind it or wear it para magkaroon siya ng power ulit. It is a second hand on 4 and a date indication on 7. Pero, ang mabigat po dito, alam niya yung moon phase. So, nakaset po, pag tiningnan nyo, ang hugis ng buwan, makikita mo sa relong ito. Wala pong halong biro. Yung hugis ng buwan, ng partikular na gabing yon, mapapakita sa relong ito. And because this is a Patek Philippe, mabigat po ang craftsmanship, mabigat ang following. Ito po ay white gold. At ang sabi ko nga, pag ganyan pong kaseryosong relo, pati po yung clasp niyan, white gold din. Kaya po pag pinapalitan ng bracelet ang Patek Philippe, kailangan itago nyo ito. Kasi kung bibili nyo yung buong bracelet with a clasp, abay mas mahal pa ho sa relo ng maraming tao. So, people take care of their watches. I'm going to be telling you later on how to take care of mechanical watches and give you some tips. But let's move on to the other pieces. So, makita nyo po, ito naman is a Parmigiani Fleurier. Again, a Parmigiani Fleurier is also a Swiss brand and it's known for some technological marvels in its watches. Ang complication po ng mechanical watch na ito is this. It can run for 8 days. Yes, yung kanina po, sabi natin sa Patek Philippe, 2 araw, 3 araw, kailangan i-wind mo na. Ito po, 8 days. 8 days ang kanyang power reserve. So kahit hindi mo siya gamitin ng 8 araw, aandar pa din siya. Can you just imagine the kind of powertrain that it has inside this? Really, it's a mechanical marvel how watchmakers can do that. Now, papahirapan na po natin ang ating pronunciation. Okay? Ito po ang AP or tinatawag ng marami na Audemars Piguet. Hindi po ganun ha. Dapat po alam natin paano mag-pronounce para arrive na tayo. Audemars Piguet. Audemars Piguet. Wala pong S, wala din pong T. Audemars Piguet. Because it's French-Swiss or Swiss-French. Kailangan po ang pronunciation natin tugma dun sa brand. So this is an AP and it's a signature movement of AP. It's called the Royal Oak. And because it's a signature movement of AP, medyo malaki po ang value nito. You know, it's not as mechanically complicated, but the kind of value it has, it's because of the rugged casing and the kind of punishment it can get. So, karamihan po ng top-performing athletes, karamihan po ng ating mga artista na laging nasa outdoors, laging nasa more punishing terrain and climate, naka-Royal Oak po. So that's the reason why mabigat po ang following nito. Okay? Now, next, ito po ang, sabi ng marami, a Lange and Sony. Kasi yun po yung pangalan, a Lange and Sony. No, it's not pronounced a Lange and Sony. Dahil German watch po ito, dapat ang pronunciation ng brand, German din. Alanga, Unzona. Alanga, Unzona. So this is a complicated watch also with what we call the moon phase. Pero mabigat po dito is the date. Kung makikita niyo po yung date, dalawa ang window niya at magkahiwalay ang numero. So that's basically a complication kasi po madali pong paikutin yung 31 days na umiikot lang sa isang relo eh. Pag dalawang numero po, may ibang combination yun. Kasi yung isang side, tatlong numero lang, di ba? It's either a 0, 1, 2, or 3. Yung kabila, hanggang 0 po yun to 9. So, having a window for a number in a particular date is in fact a complication. Dalawa yung tinatawag na cylindricals to come up with a double window date. So, dito po kilala ang Alanga Unzona. Now, this is really one of the most complicated watches. It's a watch by FP Journe. So, kung makikita nyo po, pag magkatabi tayo siguro sa isang bus stop, baka una pang i-snatch yung relo nyo. Sa mga hindi nakakaintindi, parang complicated tingnan yung face, pero parang hindi naman siya ganun ka-special. Wala nga bato, no? Sa mga hindi po nakakakilala, FP Journe only works with the most valuable metals. Ito po, platinum. So, it's more expensive than simple stainless steel, white, yellow, or even pink and rose gold. It is platinum. But I can tell you, dito po, no? ipapakita ko na sa inyo how the real serious watchmakers can be so ironic in the materials they use. Kasi ang casing po niya, naka-platinum. Pero yung weight niya to wind the watch is brass. Brass, and the vacuum inside this always keeps it shiny. Hindi po nangingitim. But just look at the kind of detail that this watch has. Pati po yung pihitan, aba, meron pong parang ibang klaseng grip. So, kanina, pinag-uusapan natin, si Patek Philippe, 2 to 3 days. Ito po has a power reserve indicator that runs for 5 days, 120 hours. So, 5 days siya. Pangalawa, kagaya nung langa, meron din po siyang 2 numbers in the date window. Dalawang magkahiwalay na numero. So, yung isa, sinama niya dito, yung power indicator ng Parmigiani, nilagay niya rin dito. At ang wala po nilang lahat is this particular complication. Ito po ang tawag dito sa modelong ito, octa-zodiac. Bakit po octa-zodiac? Kasi, hindi lang date ang alam mo, pati buwan. Buwan po, nakikita dito ang month of the year, and on top of other watches that also has the month, ito po may tinatawag na zodiac sign. O sinasabi niya din po ang zodiac sign. At ang relo po, normally, umiikot na pa ganon, yung kanyang zodiac, which is on the bezel, rotates counterclockwise. Can you imagine? Yung bezel, napapagalaw niya counterclockwise at alam niya kung anong zodiac sign na ang particular month na ito. Can you imagine that? I mean, how you can put all those working in a single casing like this? How many parts do you think are into this? Kaya po, sabi ko nun sa inyo, it's not the time. It is the work of art, the mechanical genius that goes into it. Pero alam nyo ba ho, bawat tornilyo nito, bawat elementong nandito are all handmade and hand-polished. So technically, it is not just a technological, mechanical marvel, it is also a work of art. It is a work of art. As much as makikita nyo sa mga relo na laging itong pinapakita, sa mga seryosong relo po, case back is also glass. Sapphire din po yan para makita nyo kung ganong katindi ang ginugol ng gumawa ng relo doon sa pagsasama-sama ng elemento para maibigay sa inyo ang complication na ito. And lastly, I get to this piece. And this piece is, sabi ng marami, Jaeger-LeCoultre. Jaeger-LeCoultre. Yun po ang mga hindi masyado pang nakakaintindi sa kanilang mga relo. The right pronunciation is Jaeger-LeCoultre. Jaeger-LeCoultre. French po yun. So, kailangan ang vowels at intonations natin, French din. Now, what is special about this watch? This is a master compressor watch with diamonds on the bezel. Pero kakaiba po, no? Yung date niya, nasa paikot nung bezel. Yun ang date. So, ang pag-determine po nung date, may pumapalong kamay na may biretro na tinatawag. Hihinto dito, tatalon dun sa kabila dahil may contraption dun na hindi pwedeng daanan. Anong tawag dun? Ang tawag po dun, tourbillon. The tourbillon is the highest level of complication of all watches. Yan po yung nakikita nyong parang umiikot dyan sa ilalim at parang dekorasyon lamang para sa maraming tao. Pero para po sa mga nakakaintindi ng kanilang watches, ang tourbillon po is a mechanical contraption that negates the power of gravity on a watch. Kasi po remember, mechanical po ang mga relong ito. So depende sa hawak mo sa relo o sa paggalaw niya sa iyong wrist. Siyempre, may gravity ang mundo eh. So yung gravity niya, pwedeng hilahin ng mga kamay, pwedeng hilahin ng mga bakal ng relo, mahihirapan siyang umakyat, hindi ba? Yung tourbillon po takes out the power of gravity in a given watch. Can you imagine that? Na magagawa ng isang taong mailagay dun yung contraption na yun to counteract gravity so that the watch can be more accurate in timekeeping. And to be able to put that tourbillon in there, which is almost more complicated than the watch itself, in a watch na ganitong kanipis lang po, abay, napakabigat po no. So ito pong Jaeger-LeCoultre na ito is a very, very valuable watch. Any watch that will have that kind of a movement called a tourbillon is going to be fetching probably a minimum of 2 to 3 million. Yun na po yung mga brand na hindi masyadong sikat na may tourbillon. E ano pa kaya po kung Jaeger-LeCoultre ang inyong relo? So, again, as I've said earlier, it is not just the prices of the watches that are very important. It is how the watches make you feel, how the watches changes your attitude and makes you more confident. Sabi ko nga po, hindi naman dapat ipagmalaki at ipagyabang mo yung mga watches na yan eh. Karamihan nga, hindi nakikita dahil naka-long sleeves naman ako pag pumasok. So, hindi nakikita yan. But I think greater than the impact on making people see me wearing the watch is actually wearing the watch for myself. That I know that when I get to look at the time, I get to look at the piece of art on my wrist, that I feel I am more confident, I feel I have achieved much in my life, and maybe I am on top of certain challenges that I face on a daily basis. Kasi alam naman po ng marami, we're into financial services, I'm into sales. What is the biggest problem of salespeople? It's rejection. Araw-araw po nare-reject kami, nahihindian, nababagsakan ng telepono, na pagsasabihan. Ngayon, in certain appointments, pag medyo po na-turn down tayo, syempre paglabas nyo, masama ang loob nyo. Okay? Ano ba po ang unang ginagawa natin paglabas natin sa opisina ng isang prospect? Titingin tayo sa ating relo. Anong oras na ba? Ano yung susunod na appointment ko? Ano yung susunod na pupuntahan ko? Siyempre po, pag ganitong relo ang suot mo at nakita mo, aba, nireject niya nga ako, no? Pero parang siguro naman, hindi dapat sumama ang loob ko. Kasi yung relo ko, baka mas mahal pa dun sa kotse niya. So, kahit paano po, we get to feel good about symbols of achievements that we can have in our lives. So, as promised, I'm going to give you tips how to take care of your watches. Always make sure that mechanical watches such as this are always wound. Tama po, kailangan sinususian natin lagi, lalo na pag hindi natin ginagamit. Doon po sa mga seryoso na medyo meron na talagang collection, bumibili po sila ng tinatawag na watch winders. I have a few of those para po na keep wound ang mga relo. So, habang hindi mo sila ginagamit, umiikot po ang watch winders, nawawind ang relo automatically. Importante din po ang pagtatabi ng mga relo in what we call boxes like this para po walang humidity, para in fact the leathers don't get worn out, hindi po nagkakaroon ng molds. Ito po, kung makikita nyo, itong lalagyan na ito is a Buben and Swarlick. Buben and Swarlick. It's also a Swiss-made box, specially designed for watches. Aba, minsan po, ang mga box na ganito, mas mahal pa sa relo ng iba. But it takes care of the watches. Sa totoo lang po, dahil valuable naman yung relo mo, dapat ang garahe niya valuable din. Another tip is to know when you're supposed to wind your watch and where. Wag niyo pong gagawin ito. Magsususi kayo habang nakasuot sa inyong kamay. Always remember, the mechanical watch is very precise. Pag sinususian mo po yan na nasa wrist mo, kunting anggulo lang, you're providing some pressure on that piece of metal that connects it inside. Kadalasan po, nasisira yan. So never wind your watch while it's in your hand. Also mind where you are winding your watches. Yung iba naman po, kung saan-saan lang, nagwa-wind ng relo, tapos may ibang iniisip, may ibang ginagawa. Pag yan po nahulog, di ba po, medyo baka magkaroon ng damage. Mahal pa naman. Always clean your watches, but when you clean your watches, never use soap. Use water, use a supple cloth, never use soap to clean your watches. And lastly, enjoy wearing the watches. Enjoy them. Kasi po, syempre, passion nyo yan. Since passion nyo yan, kailangan i-enjoy nyo yan. Because when you're enjoying your journey, you're gonna be doing more of the right things. I hope this discussion has been a worthwhile, interesting discussion for many of you. I hope that you give us a thumbs up on this video and like it. And for those of you who haven't subscribed, please do so subscribe and hit the bell so that we can notify you in case we come up with great videos in the near future. Again, thank you so much for watching and following us in this channel. And I wish you all the very best. God bless always.